Hey everybody, this is Alex from Animals and Athlete. This is an animal and I'm an athlete. Anyways, I want to talk about something because this is something that first kind of got my interest when I got into reptiles. And I think what really kind of got me into boa constrictors, I'm going to say, not really animals and reptiles. But when I was 18 years old, I went to a place called the East Bay Vivarium here in Berkeley, California. And I saw this boa constrictor there, and they were just incredibly red, incredibly orange. And I fell in love with them. And what I have here right now is a boa constrictor that was produced by William Russian from All Boas. And he had a line of pastels that originated from East Bay Vivarium called the Red Group Boas. And these boas just knocked my socks off. When I first went there as an 18-year-old kid, I saw these animals and they were pink. They were a light beige color, squeaky clean. Didn't have too much of this black flecking on it. And it was just gorgeous. I fell in love with these animals, and I think when I first started going there, they were selling them for like $80. And by the time word got out about these animals and how they grew up to look, then the prices ended up going to $350 to $400 for some of the best specimens. So, and of course, every year I went out there and I bought them because I fell in love with these animals. But again, these are what they call the Red Group Boas from East Bay Vivarium, originating from East Bay Vivarium. I'm not 100% sure about the bloodline. Originally, I think they were just selectively bred pastel boas that people would just donate to the East Bay Vivarium. But a little bit later on, it came down to it as though they were descendants from the Lucy line produced by Jeff Ronnie. But I'm not 100% sure. I've heard different stories from the owners of East Bay themselves, so not quite sure. But if you look at it, if you come in close, see how these animals are super clean. They have these beautiful floating saddles. What I mean by floating saddles is there's no pattern that connects it on the side like most boas. None of that peppered look as though it looks like someone had put like pepper on them. This is just squeaky clean. So I love these things. This is a male. This male's about 4.5 feet long. He's ready to breed. This is actually a 8-year-old male, 7-year-old male. He's ready to breed. So I'm super excited about putting something on him, putting him on something this year. He's ready to breed. He's really active and wanting to do it. So, and I'd love to see some red groups from him. He's also a jungle, so he's carrying the gene for the jungle morph, which kind of gives him a different look in a lot of these squiggly patterns. So that's a more desirable look. But I'm not really into it for the morphs. I'm not a super morph fan. I'm more just a classic natural occurring species of the boa constrictor. And this one is just selectively bred to have beautiful colors and beautiful patterns. So this is my favorite. Another one that we have back here. Here we go. This is the female. Same thing. She's drop dead gorgeous. She's believe it or not, she is about she's close to 3 years old. Gray grows his boas very slow. He charges big bucks for them, but they're high quality boas, and he grows them slow. He's not in a rush to get them fast, but they're super healthy. They have great weight on them, but they're just not big animals. So that's good enough for me. As long as they're healthy, then I can do the growing up here. Plus, I like to enjoy the animals, and at this size, they're really manageable. You can still kind of take them out, hold them, and they still look good. But if you look at this one, look at the beautiful colors that it has on. It's a gorgeous animal, gorgeous animal. So this is a possible maroon, which is another morph, but again, I'm not really worried about the morphs. I'm more interested in the fact that they're red group boas. There's really no one producing red group boas anymore. These boas have kind of went obsolete. What would happen is people would introduce different morph lines to them and sell the babies as red group boas, and they really had no characteristics of the original red groups. They basically just were a descendant of red groups. So you would have this really ugly dark colored boa that has flecking on it, and people would just slap a label red group because one of his parents were the red groups. And the red groups kind of lost their pizzazz. People weren't really interested in them because they were supposed to be these bright red or these beautiful pink or fuchsia colored boas, and they no longer have these characteristics because people kind of muddied up the bloodline. So I'm really excited to kind of get started, get some beautiful fresh blood, and get it going again, and kind of bring back the boas that originally piqued my interest and got me excited about that. So these are the red group boas. This is a male and this is my female. Let's put them on the ground so you can get a really good look at them. Get a look at their color. See if you can come a little bit closer, you can really see this guy's color. Just incredible looking animals, incredible looking animals. Love them.